In 2013, a young woman walked into an elevator inside one of the most infamous hotels in Los Angeles. A few minutes later, she walked out. And after that, she was gone. No goodbye, no clear explanation, no one on camera with her. Just one strange security video that would become one of the most disturbing clips ever released by police. Her name was Elisa Lam. She was 21 years old, traveling alone from Canada and staying at the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. At first, it looked like a normal missing person case. A young traveler stopped answering calls. Her family became worried. Police started searching. But then investigators released the elevator footage, and everything changed. The video starts quietly. Eliza enters the elevator. She presses several buttons. Then she waits, but the doors do not close. She looks out into the hallway. Left. Right. Then she steps back inside and moves into the corner, almost like she's trying to hide from someone. But no one appears. No footsteps. No shadow. No second person. Just Elisa. And the silent hallway outside. Then she steps out again. She moves her hands strangely, almost like she is speaking to someone just outside the camera's view. Some people thought she looked scared. Others thought she looked confused. Some believed she was being followed. And because there was no audio, the silence made the whole thing feel even worse. But here is what made the video so unsettling. After she leaves the frame, for days, police searched the hotel. They searched rooms. They searched common areas. They brought in dogs. They looked for any sign of where she could have gone. But somehow, she was still missing. Inside a hotel full of guests. Inside a building with cameras. Inside a place where someone should have noticed something. And then, the guests started complaining. The water pressure was weak. The water looked strange. Some said it tasted unusual. So a maintenance worker went to the roof to check the water tanks. And that is where the search ended. Elisa Lam was found inside one of the rooftop water tanks of the Cecil Hotel. That discovery shocked the world, because suddenly the question was no longer just, where was Elisa? The question became, how did she get there? How did she reach the roof? How did she get to the water tanks? And why did it take complaints from hotel guests before anyone found her? The official ruling was accidental drowning, with bipolar disorder listed as a significant factor. Authorities said they found no clear evidence of foul play. But even with that explanation, people could not stop watching the elevator video, because something about it felt unfinished. The door staying open, the way she looked into the hallway, the strange movements, the empty space beside her. The fact that her final known moments were recorded, but still explained almost nothing. And then there was the hotel itself. The Cecil Hotel was already famous for its dark reputation. Long before Elisa Lam ever checked in, the building had been connected to disturbing stories, crime, tragedy, and people who came there when their lives were falling apart. So when Elisa disappeared inside that hotel, it did not feel like a random location. It felt like the perfect setting for a nightmare. A young traveler, a silent elevator, a rooftop, a water tank, and a final video that millions of people still cannot watch without feeling like something is wrong. But this case is not just internet mystery content. Elisa Lam was a real person. She had a family. She had dreams. She wrote about her life, her emotions, her struggles, and her hopes. And that is what makes the story so haunting, because people turned her final moments into theories. Some said it was paranormal. Some said the video was edited. Some said someone was just outside the frame. Others believed the official explanation was the only answer. But maybe the most disturbing possibility is not a ghost, a secret killer, or a conspiracy. Maybe the truth is much more human. A young woman alone in an unfamiliar city, inside a hotel with a dark past, possibly in distress, and a chain of events that ended in the last place anyone expected. Still, there are details that continue to bother people. That is why Elisa Lam's case remains so powerful. Not because it has the most violent details, not because it needs graphic images, but because it leaves you with a feeling that is hard to shake. You watch the footage expecting one clear answer, but every time you see her step out of that elevator, you wonder what happened in the moments the camera did not capture. And maybe that is the real reason this case never disappeared from the internet. The scariest part is not what we see. It is what we do not see. So what do you believe happened after Elisa Lam left that elevator? Do you think the official explanation answers everything? Or do you think there are still questions that were never fully resolved? Let me know in the comments.